Welcome to the Little Pink Cottage, where you're among friends and we have meaningful conversations, sometimes about hard things. This is a place where you can slow down, take a deep breath, and experience the peace you deserve in this season of life. I'm Audrey, your founder and co-creator here at the Little Pink Cottage, and I'm so happy that you're here with us today. If you're brand new, welcome to what we call the porch, a warm place where girlfriends, mostly 50s and beyond, can gather and talk openly and honestly about the unique challenges and joys that we experience in this season, in this prelude to the golden years, I call it, navigating the in-between season of life, sandwiched between grown children and aging parents, your booming career and contemplating retirement, or already retired and seeking purpose. There's menopause, health issues, and so much more. And we talk about it all here in the Little Pink Cottage. If you hear something that resonates with you or might help a girlfriend, hit that share button, share it with somebody that you care about, hit the follow button. It helps us reach more women. Our vision here at Little Pink Cottage is to bring a message of encouragement and hope, and we are so glad that you're here. Last week, we talked about recognizing your value, the truth that your value is inherent. It's not earned. You don't have to prove it, and you don't have to show that you're worthy. This week, I'd like to explore something a little deeper on the same path. If it's true that our value is inherent, we are valuable because we exist, then why do so many intelligent, smart, wise women struggle to believe that it's true? As I prepared for today's conversation, I reached out to a trusted advisor and friend of the Little Pink Cottage community, Dr. Tamala Smith, for her insights and wisdom and experience in this very topic of value, women's value, how we hold ourselves, how we speak about ourselves, and how we carry ourselves with others. And I am so grateful for all of our friends for your contributions. And today I'm grateful for Dr. Tamala Smith. Much of what you hear in this conversation is shared by her. The overriding theme in all of our conversations, but certainly today, is that you don't need me to tell you that you're amazing, that you're valuable, that you're worthy, that you're enough. But for some reason, over the years, our culture, the messages we've received that have been ingrained in our daily mindset tell you different. Think about that one. You don't need me or anybody to tell you you're amazing. You need someone helping you understand why you keep doubting yourself and then gently walking you towards freedom. That is the goal of this series in our Little Pink Cottage conversations for recognizing your value and today living your value. I hope it's working. Some insights from Dr. Smith. We weren't born believing we're less valuable. We were taught. That is a simple but deep truth. Most of us didn't arrive here overnight. From the time we were little girls, many of us received subtle messages. Be nice, don't make a mess, keep the house clean, take care of everyone else first, be agreeable, be helpful. And somewhere along the way, our value quietly became connected to what we do instead of who we are. If you don't take anything else away today, replay that, listen to that, repeat it to yourselves. So important. Then there's gender socialization, the expectations that society places on boys and girls from a young age. Think about the toys we grew up playing with. Boys were encouraged to build, compete, explore. Girls were encouraged to nurture, care for babies, bake, keep house. None of those things are wrong. But when those messages become our identity, we begin believing our worth comes from serving everyone else. Even today, research shows that women continue carrying much of the invisible work in a family. You know it's true. Not just the laundry or the meals, but every birthday, doctor's appointments, remembering permission slips, the grocery list, vacation planning, all the things no one notices until they're happening or they don't. I've even heard fathers jokingly refer to keeping their children as I'm babysitting the kids tonight. But if it's your own children, it's not babysitting, it's parenting. Just another thing that has become part of our culture and then part of our mindset. A little history puts perspective on this. It wasn't many decades ago that women could not open their own bank accounts or credit cards without having a male cosigner. It was actually 1974 when the Equal Credit Opportunity Act was passed. I was 9 years old, so many of you may remember your mothers having to depend on your fathers for credit or banking needs. Those beliefs don't disappear overnight. Cultural messages can echo for generations. Women are expected to be successful, but not ambitious. Confident, but not intimidating. Selfless, but somehow never exhausted. How familiar does that sound? If we stay home, we're judged. If we work, we're judged. If we have children, we're judged. If we're an entrepreneur, we're judged. And if we don't do any of these, we're judged. No wonder we become our harshest critic. Listening to the voices in your head that came from the voices from the past and maybe even the present that are still lingering in your brain. Understanding where these messages came from isn't about blaming anyone. It's about recognizing that not every belief we've carried deserves to stay. That one's worth repeating. Not every belief we have carried, that we have walked out, deserves to stay in our present. Do you remember in the last conversation we talked about the airplane example when discussing the value of caring for yourself before others? We've all heard it if you've ever been on an airplane. Put your own oxygen mask on first before helping your neighbor. Why? Because you can't help others if you can't breathe. It's that simple. And that analogy is a great mindset to put into your daily routine. You've heard you can't pour from an empty cup. You cannot help others if you cannot breathe. Some examples of how we can care for ourselves while still loving and serving others. Maybe saying no without giving an explanation, honoring your value. Maybe accepting a compliment with a simple thank you and a smile is honoring your value. Maybe resting before you're completely exhausted, honoring your value. Maybe believing you deserve kindness, not just from others, but from yourself. Again, honoring your value. The goal isn't to become someone different. It's to peel away the years of messages that taught us our value had to be earned. Because the truth hasn't changed. You were valuable. You were valuable before you accomplished anything. You're valuable today, you're valuable tomorrow, and not because of what you do, who you serve, how you help, because you are. So this week, I'd love to leave you with a few simple challenges. When someone compliments you, simply say, "Thank you." Notice how often you apologize unnecessarily. Replace one apology with gratitude. Schedule some intentional rest, even if it's only 15 minutes. 5 minutes of quiet. We talk about that one quite often. Write down 3 things you're genuinely proud of yourself. Not because you're trying to impress anyone, but because you're learning to acknowledge the good that is already inside you. And I'll leave you with this thought. You don't have to become more valuable. You already are. The invitation is simply to start living like you believe it, living your value. Walk with confidence, receive kindness, protect your peace, celebrate your growth, say thank you, and smile. Care for yourself with the same compassion that you so freely give to everyone else. Because when you truly understand your worth, you don't become selfish, you become healthier. And healthy people are able to love the world around them even better. Thank you for spending a little time here on the porch with us. We'll see you back here in 2 weeks. Until then, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and remember to hit that follow button and share with a girlfriend or share with someone who you feel like needs this message. And if this message has meant something to you, let us know in the comments, or you're welcome to email us at littlepinkcottage43@gmail. littlepinkcottage43@gmail. Until next time, remember, you are valued, you are worthy, and you are enough. Believe it and walk it out.